Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, and today we're going to talk about essentials that you need to buy before you move abroad from India. Let's get started.
Okay, so I'm doing this in my PJs at like 12 a.m. So the first thing that we have here is Hajmola. Yes, if you're an Indian moving abroad, you have to carry this. It's a really small bottle. It costs like 25 rupees, and it's really good because when you move abroad and you have all these digestion issues. I mean, for me personally, it's just something, sour-ish kind of thing to snack on. I don't think you get stuff like this. The closest you get something to sour abroad, at least in Sweden, is licorice, and I tried it and I did not like it. So this is gonna be my go-to for whenever I want that chatpata, sourish kind of thing. It's not really for digestion for me. I used to actually just snack on this as a kid. I don't know how many of you all have done this, especially the anardana flavor. Yeah, you really need this in your life if you haven't already tried it. So yeah, this is gonna be my first thing. Get it. The next thing that we have here is Borolin. I don't know if it's reading it right, but yeah, this is Borolin. And I think all of y'all, if you've been in India, you've used it at one point in time. The reason I would suggest Borolin is because it's antiseptic, it's Ayurvedic, and it's really good for especially any kind of dryness. And it also kind of heals the skin, so you really, really, really need to have this in your life, especially if you're moving abroad. So, yeah, get this. Okay, so the next thing that I have is a simple Vaseline petroleum jelly. This is just something that you need anyway. I mean, even if you're just in India, I'm sure you have this in your handbag somewhere or in your house somewhere because you just need this. You need this for your lips, you need this for your elbows, you need this for your face. You pretty much need this for your life. And it's especially important because it's not like you don't get this abroad, but it's just handy to have, in case you need it just for some sort of a dryness or some sort of an itch, some sort of a burn. This is really good. And yeah, get it. The next thing that we have here is a small bottle of coconut oil. It's by Parachute, and this is the only brand that you really need in your life. It's 100% pure coconut oil, and well, coconut oil is a cure for a lot of things, especially your hair, because in colder regions, especially like Sweden, your scalp gets really dry just because of the weather. And even if you've never suffered from dandruff, you would likely suffer from dry scalp and dandruff in Sweden or other cold regions, which is most of abroad. So, yeah. It's not most of abroad. Why did I just say that? But yeah, have this. This also has a lot of healing properties. If you have dryness, if you have some sort of an itch or some sort of a something weird on your skin and you really don't know what's happening, yeah, you need to put coconut oil on that and it'll all be fine. So it's small, it's cute, it's super efficient in everything. Okay, so the next thing is this. It's Vicks Vapor Rub. Now, the reason that I would recommend you carrying this is if ever you have a cold or a fever or a something, whatever, happening in your throat, in your chest, this is something that's really going to be helpful and it's just an instant relief sort of a thing. So, you really need this. Highly recommend relieves cough and cold symptoms immediately. I don't think you get this in Sweden, but you get it a lot in India and you need to have this. I am carrying small packets of everything because space issues. So the next thing that I would recommend carrying is a heating pad. This is an electric heating pad, and it has like some sort of a gel like substance inside, and you can just charge it from here and use it. Guys, this is a lifesaver. This was recommended by one of my close friends, and well, I must say that not only is it useful in India, but it's gonna be hell of a useful abroad, because when it's cold, you need this baby to be sleeping with you. You need to hug this, you need to keep it near you, and yeah, it's just a really effective, smart thing to have around, especially if you're moving to a country that's really cold. Yeah, you really need this to keep warm, and it's also very easy to use. So there's no two ways about it. You have to get it. The next thing is this. This is basically Amritanjan roll on. Amritanjan is just a balm that you put on your head if you have a headache. I used to use an awful lot of this in college, and over the last 2 years since I've been dating and now, of course, married to my husband, I haven't used this a lot because he insists on giving me these head massages and he doesn't like me using these. But this is for emergency in case he's not around me and I need this to cure my headache. This is a really good thing to have handy. It cures headaches immediately, and this is the roll on version of it, so it's like non sticky and it doesn't just stay on your head. It just basically burns and like makes you forget that you have something like a headache. Really effective, and yeah, I think you should really have it handy. It's small, it's tiny, it can just go in your handbag and keeps you away from headaches. So, another thing, and again, this is not doctor recommended or anything, this is just Caris recommended. So, move with caution. This is a nasal spray, this is Otrivin. I am someone who cannot deal with stuffy nose, just that feeling of not being able to breathe. And this is really handy for that. You don't have to use a lot, you just have to use it once every 12 hours. And I think if it's a normal cold, it should obviously go. So this is not for people who suffer from some sort of a permanent block nose situation, but it's just for relief if you have a cold. It's really handy to have. Also, you're not going to obviously get it off the counter abroad, unlike in India. So I would recommend carrying this just for those uncomfy situations when you have a cold or a blocked nose, which is very likely to have with like weather change and all of those things. So yeah, keep this handy. So, another thing that you really need to have at all times, and I think you already have this even when you're not traveling, I do. It's a really good lip balm. So, this is the jelly and butter from Blue Haven. Blue Heaven. It's Blue Haven. I really like this. I actually discovered this a few months ago on Nika, and I don't. I never really expected much from this brand. This brand has been here in India for ages. I remember my mom used to have makeup from Blue Heaven. It's not a very like fancy brand, but this is really good. It's very hydrating. So what you need to look for is a hydrating lip balm, something that's non-sticky, and this is it for me. So yeah, get yourself a good lip balm, something that's small and handy like this. So all the essentials that I just showed you can be bought from your nearest pharmacy, and it should cost you less than 600 bucks if I'm not wrong, and I don't think I'm wrong. So yeah, really important stuff to carry, really handy stuff, and you never know when you might need these. I would recommend that you have these on you before you travel so that you don't like get flustered looking for some abroad, because it's going to be tough to find it at your nearest pharmacy there, unlike in India where you can literally find it at every chemist shop. Hope you found this helpful. If you did, give me a follow, and I'm going to be sharing more tips as I prepare to relocate from India to Sweden. See you in the next video. Bye.